So before, oh, sorry.
We're on like, so dude, it's okay. Hey, guys, how's it going today? We have had so many awesome speakers. I've got another awesome speaker for you today. I'm going to give you this huge gift. He comes in a sweet package with an epic first name, and he's been on a TEDx talk. He's been speaking all around the world, international speaker, international coach. He's got his podcast, which is the Energetic Radio, which I've had the privilege of being on, and I would love to go on again at some point. I'm going to stop talking now because I want to introduce this guy.
Thank you very much, Dale. Pumped to be here, mate. Now, how do I, if I share my screen, that should come up?
Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah, share your screen and come up. We practiced this with Mr. Sean Kay as well this morning. Fingers crossed. We're going to
application. Here we go. Let me just.
There we go.
All right. I should have practiced this before, shouldn't I? Just wait. No, I've got it.
There it is. We're good.
Is that sharing? Is that sharing now?
It is, and I've got you up right there, dude. You're good to go.
All right. So perfect. Alrighty, guys. So I can't actually see myself, Dale, but everyone can still see me.
I can see you. You look gorgeous. Let's go for it.
Legend, mate. All right, perfect. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for having me, Dale. It's really exciting to be here. And guys, what I want everyone to do today is I just want you to have some fun, okay? Because one of the best things about joy is when you're having fun, joy normally follows with it. And in these uncertain times, that is exactly what I want you to do. Now, before I start, you can never start anything without playing a couple of games. So I've got a coin here, and we're going to play heads or tails. Very simple game, okay? How it works, if I'm going to toss a coin and I'm going to count down. Before I do that, I'm going to say to you, if you think it's going to be heads, you need to touch your head. Now, obviously, I can't see you, but I'm going to take the guess that you're doing that. So if you think it's going to be heads, you need to put your hand on your head. If you think it's tails, you need to have your hand on your bottom, your side bottom like mine, okay? I'm going to toss that coin. If you get it right, so for example, if you've got your hands on your head and it is a head, you get 1 point, all right? And you can hold a plank or you can just stand there. I'm not going to know. If you get it wrong, you get 0 points. And first round, you got to do 5 squats and off we go. All right. So at the end of this, after 5 games, you could have a maximum of 5 points. All right. So here we go. If you think it's going to be heads, hands on heads. If you think it's going to be tails, hands on tails. 3, 2, 1. Up we go. It is a head. All right. So if you've got a head, well done, 1 point. If you've got tails, you've got 5 squats. 3, 4, 5. All right. Round number 2. Here we go, guys. Heads or tails in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. It is a tails this time. So if your hands are on your bottom, you got 1 point. If they're on your head, all right, you got sit-ups, okay? Now, I'm going to be down on the ground. Let's go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there we go. Here we go. Round number 3, heads or tails in 3, 2, 1. It is a tail again, all right? So if you got it right, well done. If you got it wrong in the head, you got 5 push-ups. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beauty. Happy days. All right. 2 rounds to go. Here we go. Heads or tails for 3, 2, 1. Off we go. It is a tails again. All right. If you got that right, well done. If you got heads, we've got 5 star 4, 5. All right. And last one here. Last chance to get your points. Heads or tails in 3, 2, 1. Up we go. It is a head this time. Well done. If you got that, if you got tails, 5 squat jumps to finish off. All right, nice work. All right, so possibly some people, Dale, now will have 5 points, which is pretty epic. And we're going to flow that over into this game, okay? Last one, I'm not a magician, all right, but I tell you what, I've got a deck of cards here, and this game is called Red or Black. So your score is going to continue on. We're going to have 5 games here. Very simple. I've split the deck here. Now, you need to pick if the card's going to be red, so it would be a diamond or a heart, or if it's going to be black, it'd be a spade or a club. If you get it right, you get 1 point and you hold a plank. If you get it wrong for the first round, we're going to dance, we're going to sing, and we're going to do other things like that. All right, so these are adding on to the heads or tails. All right, so let's go. Here we go. Red or black in 3, 2, 1. It is a red. Well done. If you got a red, awesome work. If you got a black, we've got to dance 4, 10 seconds, you beauty. Keep it going. Nice work. All righty. Here we go. Round number 2. Red or black in 3, 2, 1. All right. So black this time. If you got it right, well done. If you got it wrong, you got to sing. And I tell you what, guys, the last thing I'm going to do is sing because I've got a horrific voice and I'm not going to put you through that. You're going to probably have enough of listening to it anyway. All right, that is 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Round number 3, red or black in 3, 2, 1. All right, red again. If you got that right, well done. If you got a black, you've got 20 high punches. Let's go. Finish it off. 2 rounds to go after this. And bang, nice work. All right. So some people could be on 8 points now. This is incredible. All right, here we go. Second last round, red or black in 3, 2, 1, bang. All right, we've got black. All right, if you got that right one, if you got red, you've got 5. I don't like these spins to the right. These make me really dizzy. And bang. All right. Oh, I get really dizzy, but I will do them because I'm a camper. Here we go. Last one. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It is a black. All right, if you got that right, well done. If you got a red, you got to spin back the other way for 4. All right, now, what I would love you to do in the chat box, now, obviously, I can't see this, Dale, but I would love to hear some people's scores. What were some of the scores that were coming through? Dale, what did you get?
Me, I got distracted by your energy. I did the first one, and I got 3 points. So
perfect.
I got 3. We're going to wait for a few more scores to come in. There's a load of people watching actually, do from different locations. We've got Becky that's on, but it's not Becky, it's her son, Alex. So Alex, how many points did you get, bro? Andy, it's not going to be Andy, it's going to be Kieran. Kieran, let me know how many points you got. Lucy Wilkinson is saying, I love this. Let me just close that one down so you can see Lucy loves this. You may know this guy. Do you know this? Can you see that guy on the chat?
I can't see the chat, mate. I can only see my screen.
Oh, okay. No worries, dude. That's cool. So Sam, Monet, Dale, I love you. I think it's both of us, though. I mean,
mate, I think we'll take that. So what I want people to do with their scores, what I want with this, perfect. All righty. So what I want you to do is remember how that felt. A little bit of fun, because in uncertain times, fun is the key. Fun and joy go hand in hand. And I want to talk about that today. But I also want you to come back and think about what you're actually thinking about during those games, all right? Because that's going to be really important. Now, as Dale gave me a glowing introduction before, my name is Dale Sidebottom. I live in Australia. You can tell by my voice. I've been a teacher. I have done a number of different things, but I've lived in London for 3 years, which is amazing. I taught over there. I lived in Hammersmith with all the other Australians. About 3.5 years ago, I quit my teaching job and I started a company called Energetic Education. And as well as that, I started another company called Sugar Life. And through that, I travel around the world now teaching teachers, students, and parents and corporates how to make life fun, all right, and how to incorporate joy, happiness, all these different things into daily life. And I've been fortunate enough now presented in, I think, 23 countries around the world. And one thing I've found, if you can have fun with whatever you're doing, you're going to remember that. So if you've got a pen and paper today, I'd love you to have that nearby, because I'm going to give you a number of different things. And if you can just pick up 1 or 2 things that you action this week, that is amazing. All right. And those pictures on there, the one where I'm wearing a matching kit, that was recently a TED talk I did, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And I also run health and fitness retreats in Bali and around the world. But the other picture is a love heart, because I want to share some love with everybody today, and I want everybody to be feeling that, all right? And it doesn't matter if you're a parent, a student, a coach, a teacher, whoever you are, all right? If I can help you bring a little bit of joy today, that is my mission, and that is what we are going to achieve, all right? So the big thing I want to talk about today, Dale, is really, I call this the PEG approach, all right? And that stands for play, exercise, gratitude, and giving. And I'm going to explain why these are so important to getting that joy and why it's so important in uncertain times. All right. So play, number 1. Think about what you're doing at the start there when I was holding up some coins and cards. All right. You were so present it wasn't funny. And I call this play-based mindfulness. On that blue tab there, you weren't thinking about anything else. You weren't thinking about what you're going to have for breakfast, dinner, lunch, tea. Did I pay the mortgage? What are my kids doing? You were present, okay? And in our day-to-day lives, that is one of the hardest things to happen. So you were present. Very important. Play also improves our creativity, all right? And that's something that when we're creative, we're in flow, it's amazing. But these other 2 are the ones that I love. It utterly destroys anxiety. And most of the time, let's be honest now, anxiety and stress are an all-time high. Play is a way to get rid of that. But also, play creates our strongest social circles. How amazing is that? So that's why play is so important. And you just felt a little bit of that then. As well as that, exercise. Now, we all know the benefits of exercise, let's be honest. But again, look what's on there. It reduces anxiety. There's a common theme happening here. It improves your sleep. It improves your confidence, and it gives you more energy. Who doesn't want more of that? When all of those are going in, joy is at the top as well. Then we get to gratitude, all right? And this is a simple way to shift your mindset. Now, gratitude has been around for centuries, but again, there's a reason it is still here, and there's a reason I'm going to talk about it today. It helps us live longer. Again, it increases our energy, like exercise. It smashes, all right, depressive symptoms and stress levels. So again, in uncertainty, that is so important. And normally, it's just instead of looking at the negatives, flip it around to find the positives, because there are always positives out there. Sometimes they're just a little bit harder to find. But I'm going to show you ways that you can harness that today in a fun way. And then the last one is giving, service, kindness, whatever you want to call it, all right? And why I love this is it gives you that love drug, oxytocin, all right? We want it, the love drug. It makes us feel amazing, all right? And not only that, when you throw, and I call it the kindness boomerang or the happiness boomerang, when you throw kindness out in the world, it makes somebody else's day better. It boosts their happiness. It decreases their stress, but then it comes back to you, and it comes back even stronger. All right, so that is why the PEG approach is really important, and I'm going to explain that today. So you can see the benefits of it, all right? But now I want to show why this is crucial. And these are some alarming stats. Now, these stats are taken in Australia, and these are from 2019. So wherever you are around the world, if you're in America, if you're in the UK, they're very similar stats, okay? 1 in 4 adolescents this year alone will suffer some form of mental health. 1 in 5 adults will experience some form of mental health this year alone. 1 in 7 primary school kids will experience mental health this year. Now, you think about that. Primary school, there shouldn't be a worry in the world. It should be absolutely fun. But this is what's happening, all right? It is everywhere, all right? And the other one there is, so you think about everybody on this call, right, this webinar right now, 63% of adults know someone suffering from some form of mental health. And let's be honest, in this pandemic, in coronavirus at the moment, I can guarantee that is higher, and it is going to get higher with the issues that are going to come after this. But the big one for me, and why I'm so passionate about what I do, all right, so why I'm driven to make a difference and help people find more joy. The World Health Organization released a study that in 2030, all right, the biggest killer in the world wasn't going to be plane crashes, getting eaten by a shark, dying from overdoses, all right? The biggest killer in the world is going to be mental health, suicide. Now, for me, that is alarming, all right? And we still have time to do something about it. And that is what I want to show today. I want you to help me make a difference on this, because if you can bring some joy to yourself, all right, then you can spread that with other people. It's got that ripple effect. It's contagious, all right? Because I don't want that to come to fruition, all right? That is a horrible, horrible finding, and we can still do something about it. So, as I said before, I think to be happy, healthy, and find that joy, you need to have 4 key aspects in each and every day, okay? You need to have some form of play, some form of exercise, some form of giving, and some form of gratitude. Now, it's all well and good to say this. I've given you the evidence behind it and why we need it. The stats back it up, all right? Particularly with a lot of those stress and anxiety are the ones that cause these mental health issues, and they just slowly get worse because we don't do anything about it. So the big thing for me is we are going to get pegged, all right? Now, what I'm going to talk about this is everywhere I go, so it doesn't matter if I'm presenting to students, parents, staff, corporates, to a sports club, wherever it is, we have introduced the PEG. Now, what this means is, okay, so you have a PEG, and at the end of the day, if you've been able to tick off some form of play, some form of exercise, some form of giving, and some form of gratitude, you're allowed to get the PEG and you put it on like that. Now, it's very simple, but it is a great reminder, because if you sit down on the couch at home, if you're over a family and your pegs are there and you haven't been able to do one, you can talk about it. All right, what do we need to do? Let's do it now together as a family. And it's a very easy way to get some communication going and for each and every one to focus on themselves, but then also to do it as a family. All right. Now, all well and good. It sounds great. Be like, well, how do we do this? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you today. All right. I want to give you 3 simple ideas for each of those categories. So the 4 I just mentioned for you as an individual. All right. Because you cannot help anybody else until you help yourself. You cannot give joy to anybody else until you feel joy within. All right. And joy and happiness go hand in hand. So these are techniques that you can use personally, but then because you will be feeling great, you'll be able to use them with people in your family, at work, friends, colleagues, everybody like that. And they are super, super simple. But I tell you, simple little steps every single day make an astronomical results at the end. All right. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. Now, the first one is play. All right. Now, think about what it was like at the start. All right. For play. And my thing is, when you look at kids growing up in primary school. They run around, they play, they laugh, they socialize all day. As we get older, we stop playing. All right. High school becomes serious. We're going to worry about our studies. Then we go to university. We get a job. We get a family, get a mortgage. We get all these things and life becomes too serious. We forget to play. All right. So I want you to think back to the start where we did those 2 simple games. Okay. You were present. You're in the zone. You're having fun. All right. It only takes 10 minutes a day of some form of play. So those games at the start are great. Go back to board games. Anything like that is awesome. As well as that, one of the ones I've seen lately and absolutely love is so many new game creations, all right, with everyone on lockdown. And it's very simple. Find 3 items around the house and create a game. Create different rules. So as a family, you come up with different rules that everyone has to play by. A scoring system, all right? And then you might use Zoom. You might use Skype. You might, if you can have people over now, you can get them over and you can teach them how to play your game with your scoring system, everything like that. Think about what's going on there. Not only is the bonding, the socializing, but the creativity, okay, of going back and creating games, the socializing, the connection. That is what we want, and that is the power of play. Now, with all that being said, I love Brian Sutton-Smith. Now, he is a creator of he did so much research around play. And recently, Dr. Stuart Brown did an awesome TED Talk you can check out, and he's got a great book, Play. But Brian Sutton-Smith released a study in one of his books there, The Ambiguous Play. All right. He reckons that there are 7 major play types. And you'll see those on there. There's progress, there's fate, power, identity, imagination, authority, and self. All right. And each one goes into that. Now, with all that being said, when you say to somebody, just go and play, it's a bit open-ended, all right? So what we have done is we have made that a little bit simpler for you. We have created these things called daily mission cards. Now, this is a creative play and movement deck. Now, I actually created this with Richard Cheetham, who works at the University of Winchester, all right, in the UK, and he is a play expert, a play professor. So what we have done is we have taken the 7 different play types that Brian Sutton-Smith mentions there, and we've represented that in the color of the rainbow. Now, these cards are all matte finish, and what happens is, as a family, as an individual, you grab one for the day, all right? And that is your play-based daily mission. Now, why that works is because instead of just saying, go and do something, go and play, do this, now what we are doing, all right, you've got one thing to focus on and it makes it achievable. So some of the ones there, you could look on the ones we've got there, but I've also picked 3 here that I want to challenge you to do maybe this week. All right. And at the end, I will have a link where you can check these out. We've got them in, I think they're in 35 countries around the world now and having amazing, amazing results with families and in schools. So I've got 3 that I'd like to challenge you to. The first one is a red car. Every time you see a red car, an animal, you need to complete 10 star jumps. Now, again, that sounds really basic, but you are present. You are aware of everything because each time you see a car, it brings you back to the current state. That's not the past. It's not the future. You are present because you know that you need to do your 10 star jumps. Another one here is our peak achiever. All right. I love this one. Today, your mission is anytime you see a log, bench, or stairs, each time you reach the top, you need to put your hands up in the air like you've reached the peak of a mountain. All right. And I love that one, but probably my favorite in the whole deck, and it is on the examples there. This is the backwards winner. Today, your challenge is when walking through any door, you are to do it walking through backwards. Now, straight away what that does, again, it brings you back to the present. Okay. And one of the biggest issues we have is that people don't live in the present. They're so busy, they're so consumed with everything going on, that a simple activity like that can change everything. All right. So there are 50 cards in the deck. The last one is a magic rainbow card. And as well as that, we've gamified it. Okay. So each time you complete one, you cross it off, because what we're finding is that kids and adults, after a while, they're great, but like, oh, what's the point of this? What do we get? We need points. All right. And that gamification model, you get reward, you get levels, and you've got to try and tick them all off. All right. So you don't need to buy mine. All right. That is fine. There are 5 on there. I've given you 3 examples. Give them a try for yourself. You might even make some. All right. As I said, though, I'll show you where a link is at the end if you did want to check those out. Second one is exercise, jump, roll, run, skip. It doesn't matter what you're doing. We need to move our body. Now, too often I see people posting workouts at the moment online, and they are boring. They're a boring circuit. Nobody wants that. Exercise needs to be fun. And when you make it game-based, you forget that you're actually exercising. So that's what I want to show you today. Since going into lockdown, I had a whole world tour book that was just completely cancelled, like everyone else. So I thought, how can I actually bring a little bit of what I do to everyone around the world? So I created something called the Virtual PT. And each day I've been running a free boot camp, and it's split into 4 parts, and it is all game-based. So we use like cards, dice, like I did at the start. All right. So what ends up happening as a family, you can move, you can join in together, and it is incredible. All right. And what happens is you forget you're actually exercising because you're having so much fun. You might be playing Uno Fitness. You might be playing poker. You might be playing blackjack. All right. We've had racing games. We've had everything on there. You name it. They are all free, and you can go and check those out. If you just simply go to YouTube and go to my channel, Dale's Sidebottom, there, and you'll see down the bottom on there now, there are 5 on there. All right. And then you can check out more because we post one each day. As well as that, there are over 150 different games, play-based things that you can do as a family, as an individual, to bring some fun and joy into your day. All right. So very simple. Just go to YouTube and type in Dale Sidebottom. That is so simple. I can guarantee that you may not like all of it, but that's why each session we've got 4 different parts. And my aim is to bring fun and movement into homes all around the world. The last one I wanted to show you is I love listening to stories. All right. And I love anyone tells me a story, I'll listen. If you start reading facts and stats like I did at the start, you probably zoned out. Okay. It wasn't very good presenting by me, but sometimes you need to get that across. So what we have done is I love learning through a story. So we've created these story-based adventures where you'll be, for example, being Alice in Wonderland, and get to the next part of the story, you need to do a different movement. And you can simply play these. And again, I'll show you a link where you can get all these free at the end. You don't need to buy anything. And it is a story-based adventure. There's other ones on there. Old MacDonald had a fitness farm. So instead of animals, you are now doing fitness movements. There's a Tour de France. There's an African safari. There's one where you're robbing a bank. All right. There are a number of ones on there that you can go and check out. And what it does is, like those games at the start, you actually forget that you're exercising because you're in a story. You're having fun. All right. They are fantastic. And again, they're being used all over the world, and it is incredible. I love seeing it. As well as that, all of our games, so I think we've got 820 of them now. They all come with a printable PDF. They all got videos, everything like that, are on a site called thefitnessgamezone.com. And I've got a special deal today for the first 5 people that take it up, for Dale's listeners only. And I'll show that at the end. So stick around to the end and we'll get to that. Now, we've gone through play, we've gone through exercise. I've got 2 to go, and then I'm going to have a little break because I tell you what, I get excited and I need a drink. The third one was gratitude. Now, gratitude has been around for centuries, all right? Very simple. A lot of it comes back to writing in a journal. Now, I love this, and it really helped me going through a tough time. And I'm going to show you a little bit more where you can read about that and listen to it. But for me, it gets a little bit boring, all right? Like I was saying before with the daily mission cards, you need to make it into a game. You need to forget what you're actually doing, particularly when you're starting out. It needs to be fun. It needs to be constantly different. So I'm going to give you a couple of different things. But before I do that, I need everybody to pick a number. All right. Either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Dale, what number are you picking?
2.
2. Perfect. So everyone at home, you've picked your number. Now what I need you to do, that number represents a question on our gratitude card. All right. So while Dale answers this, because I'm going to throw the question to him, I want you to read your question and I want you to type it in the chat box because I want to go back at the end and read it. This makes me extremely happy. It's the best part of any of my workshops. So Dale, what's the best thing you have done in the last week?
This summit, dude. It's so I can't think of anything else. It's taken so much hard work. I'm really proud of myself. The fact that I've got so many amazing epic speakers on, such as yourself, just giving their day to help out these amazing people just blows my mind. And what you're doing right now, man. My face is hurting. You're hurting my face,
mate. And I'm going to throw some gratitude at you too. While people type it in there, mate, an amazing effort, and it just shows the credibility and the character of yourself to put this on for other people. It is incredible. So well done, mate. Are there any responses coming through? I'd like to hear a couple.
Yeah, we've got Lucy. Lucy's got a number 4. So that's I get excited when I see, and she's put when I see children giggle.
Love it. Lucy, that's amazing. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for a few more responses to come through.
That's all right.
But yeah, so what about you?
Nice.
Did you remember?
So I get excited when I get to walk. And this morning in Melbourne, it was a beautiful morning, and I get excited when I get to take the dog down the beach with my wife.
Wow.
Simple things like that, absolutely love it. And for me, that was amazing. So we might come back to that at the end, Dale, and get everyone else's, because it's always nice to hear what other people enjoy and how they're feeling and stuff like that. So that is one very simple way to do gratitude. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about how that works using a dice. All right. I love a dice. Whenever you incorporate a dice in anything, it makes it fun. All right. So keep with me there because I'm going to come back to it. The second one is, whenever I have an idea, Dale, I like to create into an app. So like I said before, I started journaling, and I started this about 2.5 years ago. And in the morning, I'd answer 3 simple questions. And in the evening, I'd reflect on 3 simple questions. So what it did, instead of starting my day by looking at my phone or getting straight into it, very simple, switch that mindset onto positives and then finish the day with a positive. After a while, I got sick of journaling. And I kept losing it. So I normally turn anything I like into an app. So I created this free app called Sugar Life. Now, what had happens, very simple. In the morning, you hold your finger on the play button and you slide it to the AM side. Now, I'll have a link at the end as well because it's free. It's on iTunes, it's on Android. Anyway, first thing in the morning, you slide it across and you answer 3 simple questions. What am I looking forward to today? So straight away, you think of the positives, all right? And you line that up and you're like, yes, absolutely love that. Second one is, what might challenge me today? And this is one that I think is really important because then you can figure out how you're actually going to overcome that. And I love that because I normally try and the thing I hate the most or the thing on my to-do list, I normally do that first so it's out of the way and it's not looking at me. And this app allows me to do it. Then the last question you answer before you go about your day is, how can I make somebody's day better with some form of giving or kindness? All right. And that's the G, the final G here that you can plan. All right. Bang, how can I make just one person's day better? Then you go about your day, all right? Go about doing whatever you want. And towards the end, so if you're in a classroom, kids can do this when they get in or when they're leaving, all right? If you're at home, you can do it before you go to bed. And you slide that play button to the PM side and you answer 3 simple questions again. What are 3 things I'm grateful for or the biggest win I had today? All right, so again, you're focusing on the positives. Second one is, what form of play did I do today and how did it make me feel? Now, people always go, what's yoga mean? It means play in Spanish. So play for life, okay? And then the last one is, what did I learn today? Because every day is a new opportunity to learn, okay? And I think it's important that we reflect goals every single day. As well on here, there are 14 different breathing exercises, all right, that take anywhere between 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and they are great for realigning. Now, I have a lot of people say, oh, I don't really like meditation. It takes a little bit long. If you do a breathing exercise, one of these for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, you'll be present, you'll be realigned. Do that a couple of times a day. Fantastic. All right. Now, this app has been designed for adults, kids, everybody. It is incredible. And as I said, I'll have links at the end where you can go and check that out. The next one I want to show you for gratitude is, and this is one that I recommend doing in schools, at workplaces, and as families, okay? Each night, once you finish the Sugar Life app and you answer the first question in the PM, what are 3 things I'm grateful for, the biggest win I had today? Do it in the app, then get a Post-it note and go and stick it on the wall, all right? What happens is everybody in your family keeps sticking it on, and after a while, you'll get an awesome wall like this. And what it does is each time you walk past it, you may see a sticky note from a previous day and will remind you, or you see other people's, all right? And even if you've had the worst day ever, because let's be honest, we do have those, you walk past this wall and it just reminds you of the positives, all right? And it changes that mindset, and that's all it needs to be, okay? So that's a great way to show other people without going through and teaching them and showing them everything, but just to have it on the wall, no names needed, and it is a really positive way to decorate a wall with beautiful thoughts of gratitude, okay? So that is a simple one that you can do as well. Now, the final one is our first ever deck of daily mission cards is our kindness and happiness deck. And why I created these is because when you say to people, particularly kids, just be kind, just do nice things, it's too open-ended, okay? So when you have one thing to focus on, and the last question on the AM in the Sugar Life app is, how can I help somebody today with some form of kindness or giving? So what we have done is we've created a deck of daily mission cards, and there are 40 happiness and kindness missions. Now, again, they are matte. You can't be broken. They're really good quality. I've picked out 3 here that I would like you, again, to do for the week. I'm going to read those to you, and you just pick one and give it a go. First one, the cow, and it is on there as well. Do a chore, task, or job for somebody today without them knowing. Bang! That is so powerful, because the most important thing with service, giving, and kindness is that you should never want anything in return. So that is a great one there. I've got a couple of other ones, at random ones. I haven't shared these before, but I think at the moment these are really important. The ladybug. Ask a friend to complete an empathy walk with you today, where you take it in turns to walk and talk. One is talking while the other is listening. You get 5 minutes each to talk and listen. Powerful, all right? And this one, the bear, scares people, but it's so cool. Give this a go. Turn off all digital devices and listen to people for an entire day at work or school. Now, that might be a little bit long. Maybe just pick a couple of hours. A digital detox from gadgets and technology can be incredibly liberating. Now, as well as that, again, we've got our game card. So this one is a bingo one. Once you've done one, you cross it off. So it's gamified. You're playing a game within a game, all right? And what that does is it teaches us that we want to get more because we want to play a game, but then we're also doing things for other people, all right? And the big thing in each of these packs is, you did one of these before, you did the gratitude one, but these are ones that stick around the family table at home, all right? And in each pack comes a 6-sided dice. You've also got a morning question, all right? So in the morning, when you're around the table, everybody rolls the dice, and whatever number it lands on, they share a response, okay? So for example, they got a 1, what am I looking forward to today? Very simple, but when you add a dice into it, it is a beautiful thing to do as a family. But probably the most important one is the evening card. Okay, again, now, as I said, you don't need to buy these. You can go and create your own. We've just done it for you if you want that. Instead of saying to your kids or at the family or wherever, how was your day, and getting the same rubbish response, it's because your question is rubbish. You need to think about it. Adding a dice in and making a game makes it fun. So for example, if I rolled a 5, what are you most looking forward to about tomorrow? Or if I got a 4, what are 2 things you're grateful for after today? So it is a beautiful way to share your day around the table by using a dice and by making it fun. All right. So there are a few different ideas for those as well. Now, stay with me. Last one before I have a little break and I stop talking so much. Practice kindness. Okay. Now, giving, doing things for other people. Like I said before with, where was it? The cow. All right. So doing something without expecting anything in return. It is very powerful, and it actually makes you feel amazing. Now, recently, as Dale just said, at the start of the year, I did a TED talk, which was the most scary, nervous thing I've ever done. Now, in that talk, it was called Narcissistic to Nice. And I'd highly recommend going through, watching this as a family. The first 30 years of my life, I wasn't I wasn't always a narcissist, but I was. I'd put people down every now and then, and I wasn't always the nicest. And people go, yeah, Dale, but that you weren't like that all the time. Correct. I reckon 2% of the time I might have been. 98% I wasn't. Anyway, I won't give it all away, but my life hit a roadblock. I was divorced at 30, nowhere to live. And the last 5 years of my life, I've completely flipped it around. Okay. And it is through play, exercise, gratitude, and giving. So everything I've spoken about today, it is what I've done, and the science and evidence backs it up. But it's what I've done to improve my life, to turn it around. And one of the things is on there, you will see up on the screen, I decided that for the people in my life that I'd pushed away and, I may have put down across the time, is that I wrote a list of 100 people. And my thing was every morning I'd get up, I'd do my Sugar Life journaling, I'd do 10 minutes of body weight movement, or I'd just walk around the block. And then I'd write a proud, admire, love. And I call this a PAL message, okay? So I'd pick one of those people on the list and I'd write to them, hey, Dale, how are you today? Please don't feel like you have to reply to this, but I am proud of you because, and I'd write a paragraph. I admire you because, and write a paragraph, and I love you, or I love this about you, another paragraph, and I'd send it to them. So that would be the first thing that they got every morning when they woke up. Now, that changed my life. I had grown men ringing, crying, Dale, what's wrong? Are you all right? I said, everything good. We don't do this enough. We wait for somebody to die. We wait for a special occasion. Don't wait. These are things that we need to tell everybody. So what I would love you to do when I finish talking today, if you've got a little gap between the next speaker, grab your phone out, grab your iPad, whatever it is, and just pick somebody and tell them you're proud of them. Very simple, one line. I'm proud of you because I admire you or I love you. All right, it'd be amazing what you do and don't expect anything in return. And this is what I call the kindness boomerang, because you throw it out and it comes back with this huge hit of oxytocin, the love drug. And the ripple effect of kindness is incredible. All right, so why don't you be that start? Be the person. So my challenge for this week, I've got a PAL challenge for you. Monday, I want you to pick somebody and I want you to just ring them. If you don't feel comfortable over the phone telling somebody I'm proud of you, maybe pick somebody that is like a parent or a brother or sister, someone very close, and tell them why you're proud of them. It will seriously make their day. Tuesday, I want you to text somebody. Text somebody. You text 3 people, someone you're proud, someone you admire, someone you love. Wednesday, send someone an email. All right. So that could be a work colleague, could be anyone. Thursday, step out of your bubble a little bit and do a social media post so other people see it. Again, contagious, ripple effect, amazing. But then Friday is my ultimate favorite, a letter, card, or picture in the mail. Because let's be honest, when you go to the mailbox, it is normally junk mail or it is bills. How incredible is it when you get, and that's the thing, when you start sending them, you start getting heaps of these handwritten notes, and it is next level amazing. All right, so that is my challenge this week for you. PAL message. If you're not going to do it after this, when we finish this webinar, then I would love you to do it for the week. That is what I would like you to do there. So I'm going to get a little bit of feedback here, Dale. What idea have you loved most about what I've spoken about today? All right, so I want you in the chat box now just to share what it is that you have loved most and what you're going to try. All right. But while I'm talking, and Dale, I'm going to get your response here as well. It is all well and good to listen to all these webinars and people speak, and Dale's got an amazing list of people. But if you just listen and watch and don't do anything about it, it is a complete waste of time. You need to put something of this into action in the next 24 to 48 hours. All right. So what have you loved most about what I've spoken about today? And what are you going to try this week? All right. So Dale, while you're there, mate, and people might be typing it in, what have you loved most, mate? I'm putting you on the spot. I hope you've been paying attention.
Still, I can't talk. Again, you've hurt my mouth. What have I learned the most about this? Just that I can't put a finger on it. Every single speaker I've had on, I've picked up one tiny word, one word from each. And I'm not going to share everyone else's, but for yourself, I'm just torn between fun and play. I might have to think of a new word for you, because it's so important to think about play. Play is so vital. I mean, this is why I think I'm a good communicator, because I'm free to express myself. I play without any insecurity. I'm fall around, I climb a tree. If anyone's watching me, they think, oh, why is that 35-year-old man climbing a tree? I don't care. I'm just going to do it. climbing a rock wall, just having fun, teasing, playing. And I think it's so important. If anything, you've just reminded me personally that I'd like to play more, and professionally to create something like this for myself, for my audience, because you've given me a good kick up the bum, which is amazing. And as I've been speaking, dude, people have been coming in. I'm going to close this one down, and I'm going to add you on. I don't know if you can see you on the screen.
No, because I've got it on full screen.
It's okay. It's cool. I can read it out to you.
Can you still? Yeah, I've got it still on full screen, so I might have to watch them at the end. Do you want to read one or two to me that people have loved?
So yes, so one person's put, Megan actually has put, I'm going to doing the POW method this week. So just speaking out to POW, that's really cool. My favorite thing, by the way, was the kindness boomerang. That's the thing, kindness boomerang. The analogy was awesome. I feel like I can't use it because I'm not Australian, but
Mate, you can use it. Well, that's awesome, guys. I'll stay with me. I'm nearly done here. I'm just going to finish off with the last little bit. So now that you have got 3 different ideas for each one, so play, exercise, gratitude, giving, mix and match, or just find things that work for you. All right. I wanted to give you a few different things. You may have other things as well, but the biggest thing is, having one of these pegs handy, all right? And you'll see it at the end of the day. And it's amazing when you see something, you're like, I haven't done that. It'll jot your memory before you can actually peg yourself like that. So key takeaways that I want you to remember from my chat today, with all the other amazing speakers, if you can remember a couple of these, that is all out. So key takeaways: your health and happiness are your own responsibility. Not Dale's, not mine, no one else's, you. You are looking in the mirror. That is your own responsibility. Now, all good things in life require dedication and hard work. Joy isn't just something that you go to the local 7-Eleven or local Costco or wherever and find it on the shelf. It is hard, and that is why a lot of people struggle with it. You need to put the dedication in, okay? I challenge you to give this a try for 10 days, okay? Give the Sugar Life app a try for 10 days. Watch my TED Talk and see the process that I do. It is very simple. It takes 20 minutes. Give it a try for 10 days. Give the PAL messaging a try to 10 days. To fully thrive, because we all want to thrive, and find joy in every day, we must first take care of ourselves. And that is what I said at the start, okay? If you're a parent, then if you're not looking after yourself, you're a hypocrite. You need to be invested in yourself before you can invest in your kids, before you invest in your job, before you invest in anyone else, okay? And like energy is contagious. If I were to come on today, and like whenever Dale speaks, he is oozing energy, all right? So is happiness and kindness, okay? If you are happy in yourself, if you are kind in yourself, it'll have a ripple effect. It is contagious. So try and find ways to bring that into your day. And the big one is here, this might be a bit deep, but I think it's very important. You only get one shot at this thing called life. Start putting things into place to make it the best possible one you can. If you are not happy, if things are not going well, it is nobody else's fault. There are things that you can do and invest in yourself, all right? So if anything, take those key takeaways, action something that I've spoken about, all right? Get the peg out, finish it off. At the end of the day, put that peg on. You don't have to put it on your nose. You can put it on your jumper, your shirt, whatever it is like that. It is very important that you take time every day for yourself, okay? Now, where can I find all those resources? The bottom one down there, the TED Talk. Now, if you could do anything today, share my TED Talk, watch it. I'd love you to watch it, but then maybe share it with somebody that you think would resonate or it might help them at the moment. And I didn't release it knowing that coronavirus was going to come, but I'll tell you what, the message is perfect for what we're all going through at the moment. So that is simply on YouTube. If you just type in Dale Sullivan TED Talk or Dale Sullivan Narcissistic Nice, you'll find it. All the games that I spoke about and at the start and a special deal, that's coming up at the Fitness Game Zone. If you want to check out those story-based movement adventures, you can go to my website, ANDDDDD.education, and up the top, just click on resources, all right, and you'll be able to go there. There's a lot of free things on there, but that's where you can get those story-based movement adventures you can do as a family, all right? If you want to go and get the Sugar Life app, if you just go to sugar.life, all right, that's JUJR, you see that on there, .life, and on that side as well, the daily mission cards, all right? So the ones I spoke about there, as I said, they're in 35 countries around the world. We ship them worldwide. You can go and check those out. They're a great addition for your family. But the big deal is everything I've ever created is on here. Right? Fitness Game Zone. These are awesome ideas to use as a family, as an individual. If you go and check it out, when you check out to get 50% off for the first 5 people for Dale, I've called it energetic because Dale is damn energetic. I love it. Use that code word and you'll get 50% off. Now, what's on there? We've got 70 plus learning courses like this. All right. So all different ways to improve yourself. PD, they come with certificates. And there are a lot of talkers that have actually spoke on here doing different ones as well. There are 800 movement and educational games. So each one of these games come with an instructional video, how to play it, a printable PDF, and they are designed for participants of all ages. They're a lot of fun, as well as that there are educational games on there as well. So if you're homeschooling and you want to make teaching and learning fun, then I would highly recommend checking that out, using the code word, first 5 people, energetic, and that is enough of that. Now, if by any chance anything I speak about today and you want to ask any questions or you got anything about, my email is dale@energetic.education. Please send me an email if there's something you liked or if you want to be accountable, or send me how some of the PAL messages went. I love, and I seriously mean this, I love seeing the response people have. For the virtual PT boot camps, you can do it as a family. If you go to YouTube and just type in Dale Sidebottom, that's my channel. As Dale said earlier, I do have a podcast. Dale's episode is coming out in a week. There's Energetic Radio. It is going to be next level. And then if you want to contact me, I'm on social media at Dale Sidebottom as well. So you can go and check that out. Now, does anybody have any questions? If you want to type those in the chat box now. I have got my mug back on the screen now. Whew, I can see now, Dale.
Can you breathe?
Oh, I tell you what, I get really excited, as you can tell, mate.
Awesome, dude. So many questions. I just want to reiterate what other people have been saying. So we've got Andy, but it's not Andy, that's the dad. The son is Kieran. Kieran said he loves the app with the morning focus and the afternoon reflection. And in fact, I have just downloaded it.
Oh, that's great. Love it.
Yeah. As well as that, I just want to say that Facebook user, I don't know who this Facebook user is. It's a shame it doesn't come up with who it is, unfortunately. But Facebook user is not, that this person is not Christian Facebook user. Gratitude games with kids. Also really love the kindness boomerang. That was my thing. I love that one too. You've given me loads of ideas to implement with the kids in the classroom. So that's awesome.
Cool.
And yeah, this is awesome. So Lucy Wilkinson is a huge fan. She's a children's entertainer, so this is definitely going to help Lucy out.
Unreal Lucy.
I believe Lucy's a clown actually. And
love that.
/ Alex has got a lot of information from this too. Megan's loved it just here. And just those of you watching, if you do pop onto this guy just here, that's his energetic education. So that's his Instagram, and this is his main page. I'm sure he's okay with you following both.
Yeah, that's probably follow that one. That's probably the one where I post sort of the main generic stuff. So yeah. Very simple. Dale Sidebottom. Not many other people have such a shocking last name.
I mean, come on.
Mate.
Those have got to stick together.
That's right.
Yeah,
so you said about 45 minutes. I'll tell you what, I've gone a little bit over. But guys, as I said, thank you very much for joining in. Give that a try today. Give one of the things a go. Yeah, and thanks for joining. As I said, if you can share the TED Talk with somebody you think it'll have an impact with, that's the kind of thing you can do for me. I'd absolutely love that. So I'm going to stop talking. Thank you so much for having me on here, mate, and putting this on for everyone. You're a champion with those goggles on. I don't know if you watched The Last Dance, but you look like Horace Grant.
Dude, I need to. You want the person to talk about my little cheeky goggles on? I feel like I'm in a lab. I feel like I'm an experiment. I need to get some more pockets so that I can.
The nutty professor.
The nutty professor. You can definitely say that, dude. Absolutely, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really, really appreciate your time, your commitment to this as well. I know you're an active guy as well. You mean you're running retreats? You've got your fitness app. You're all over social media. I think the thing that I've noticed with you is that you are delivering so much to this world with your energy. And I think that's so important, isn't it? I mean, we've got a choice of whether or not we want to be like, or we want to be like, forget it, come on, because I'm in control of my emotions, okay? Boom, on it. And that's exactly what you are demonstrating just now. So dude, it's so cool. It's such a pleasure. You're getting so much love from these guys over there, down there
Yeah,
somewhere.
I can see a few of them. Thank you very much. Awesome.
Yeah. Wicked. Dude, I will catch you. I'll catch you, mate. I'm definitely going to hang out with you in Australia at some point.
Yeah, mate. When we can fly again. I was supposed to be coming over to the UK this year for I to speak a couple of speaking gigs. Yeah, mate. But yeah, might put that on ice for a little bit, mate.
Awesome, dude. It's been absolutely pleasure, man. If there's anything that we can help you with, let me know. I would love it if people are watching this, if they could watch Dale's TED Talk and share that, because I want them to share that, because I guess you're proud of that. Obviously.
Oh, mate, that's seriously the most terrifying thing I've ever done. And like you, I'll speak in front of big crowds, everything, but nothing like this TED Talk. I hardly slept for 3 months about it, and it's something I'm extremely proud of. So yeah, if you can watch that would be amazing, and share that. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah, that's cool. And just saying that randomly, my dad's watching and he says, "Love it, son. I'm so proud." So
on you, Dave.
Good day. Dude, I love the fact that you've given us your time. I'm not going to steal any more of it. Definitely going to hang out with you in the future. I can't wait. I'm excited. Just want to say I appreciate you, your energy. You've given me a kick with the bum as well, which is fantastic. We could all do with it. And that talk was freaking awesome.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, bro. Take care, my man.
Cheers. See you guys.